This one closed in 2018. It's still pretty recent, only 7 years ago. Pretty nice looking cafeteria that still had their table set up. Ow. This hurts a lot. It's even in here. Oh boy. You can almost see the front, how nice looking it is. This is another camping room. What's good, everyone? It's me. We're here in Jackson on the Jackson, Mississippi trip. It's a really gross, gray, ugly day, but at least the rain has let up, so I can actually film a stationary intro. I just hurt myself really badly on a place that was a fail because I was running around in the rain trying to be quick and I slipped. It's actually a miracle this camera still works right now. We have another abandoned school today. This one was built in 1909. It actually looks really beautiful, and it closed for good in 2018 because of declining enrollment and just too expensive to repair basic maintenance. That's all I've got to say. Let's go get started. All right, here's part of it here in front of us. If there's gonna be a way in, it'll have to be out back. Any little secret ways in? Bingo. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm just so sore and exhausted. Whew. Anyway, what I've been liking about these Jackson, Mississippi schools, I've been doing these abandoned ones, is that even though I've done tons of abandoned schools, it's got to be the most frequently common place I explore, a school. Well, I like these Jackson ones because all of them that I've listed down were closed really recently. In fact, this one closed in 2018. That was actually the oldest one on the list, at least the oldest as far as when it closed down, which is still pretty recent, only 7 years ago. Just like the other couple ones we've seen so far, I expect there should be some cool stuff to see in here and probably a lot left over. Obviously, a lot of the rooms have furniture. Some of it even still looks in place, like all that stuff on that desk. These might have been offices, probably. Important goals. To finish this trip alive, that's my important goal. So there's an old camera up there, but it doesn't work. That'd be lines to the original wiring of this building, which obviously doesn't work either. You can almost see the front, and like I said, how nice looking it is. So that's our middle portion, and then we have a wing just like the one we're in over there. There's part of a globe there. Next to one of the big square TVs. Oh yeah, look, and someone was using this little cupboard area as their personal pantry. So there could be people in here. I'm gonna hope not. I've said in other videos though, I have incredible luck with just not running into people though, so. I saw a trophy in this one. There's a lot of trophies. There's boxes full of them. Little plaques, trophies. 2016 to 17. That was just a year before it shut down. So here we're coming into the middle portion. I don't know what's going to be in here, but I assume any combination of theater, cafeteria, gym, or all three combined into a multi-purpose room, but we'll see. Ooh. I see cafeteria tables, so, and a big kitchen, so I guess that answers that. Nice. This is actually the second Jackson school I've seen that had a pretty nice looking cafeteria that still had their table set up. Why do I feel like I hear rustling around over in that next area? There it is again. It might just be dripping rainwater. You know how heavy that big freezer thing must have been? How'd they not only get it over there, where it probably would have been along this wall or in the kitchen, but they threw it onto a table? Guys, I gotta show you what I'm talking about. I gotta tell the story of what happened. Alright, so... Ow. I know this really probably doesn't look too bad from y'all's angle, but this hurts. This hurts a lot. Gotta take a load off. So what happened was I was trying to get into this other place and it was still raining, so I was trying not to get the camera wet, so I was just running back and forth looking for ways into this place. I took a corner too sharply going to my left and lost all traction before I even had time to catch myself. I was hitting the floor. And so when I reached this arm out like that, just right around that elbow area, I just caught all my body weight. And that's how I almost broke this camera. Dude, this camera's been through so much, from just me dropping it or falling over on the tripod when it's windy or something when I'm filming other stuff. I'm telling you, it's a miracle this thing still works at all. There was a moment there, the second I hit the ground and I realized that the camera also hit the ground, I was like, dude, this trip's over. I don't know if this camera's gonna work again. Luckily, when I turned it off and back on again, it was still okay. The screen's cracked though, at least I can still see most of it. I mean, we've been getting into some pretty interesting places this trip, but most of this trip has been two of my least favorite things in the world combined, and that's rain and cold weather. This has not been a very comfy, cozy trip for me, but hey, we out here getting it done anyway. Let's see what they had in this kitchen. I suspect it'll be similar to the other couple schools I've seen around here. I did see that big Hobart mixer in another place. It's kind of cramped back here. Not a lot of space. I guess they really did have some of those refrigerators out there. This was a half underground level, so there is something up above us in this middle section of the school. So let's go see what else there is here. Is that open? That's just open. Imagine that. Obviously, this would be our front doors too. It's like a big grand entry point and right into a theater. And I see library books back in there. Maybe a library. Strange little addition of wall here though. If that wasn't part of the original design, you can tell that. Got a lot of old textbooks though. I got 4th grade stuff, I got 5th grade stuff, reading books, math books. Library wouldn't be this small. It's like a storage space. With how many schools I tend to do, sometimes they bore me a little bit, but I've liked these Jackson ones. Not only have they just looked kind of interesting with the way they're laid out, but they've actually had kind of some substance to them. I guess right here is where the front doors were. You could just open them. It ain't even just my arm that's hurting, it's everything. I've been running a lot, so my legs are sore. I think my whole left side hit the ground, so that's pretty sore. Ew. Not insulation. Uh-oh. Alright, good, there's no one here. Jeez. Someone was here though. Really recently. That's actually kind of smart what they're doing. They've already got some blankets, but then they took this old little rug that was probably in a classroom here and they're laying on it as a bed too. There's even shoes there. That's a fresh pair of boots. Luckily he's not here right now. This would probably be a different story if it was nighttime and I was here. Alright, what are these rooms going to be? There we go. This was the actual library. But no books. It's strangely divided off, isn't it? You can't even call that a full doorway because I almost hit my head on it getting through. And I think this direction is the only one I haven't been to yet. Oh, are you serious? I mean, no. That's probably just sitting there because some homeless dude had it there. I was about to say, what if there's still stuff in there? I mean, that could have been. I see 3 different Hawaiian punch cans. Maybe they had it in there. I wouldn't be able to tell if it's tipped over, though. Looks like a teacher break room. Staff lounge. It's pretty tiny, though. Another pair of boots. Big ones. Oh, here's something. Looks like a little younger grade school room with the little bitty baby table. What kind of books did they have here? Oh, these are unopened. Look at that, they still have the saran wrap around them. They never even got to use these books. They're probably here in case they had a new school year coming and they just didn't. Hey, I remember these. Oh, that brings back memories. The teacher would pass around a little whiteboard and you'd hold it up with your answer, some little practice game. I haven't seen one of those in forever. What is all this? On the door and the wall. I guess it's graffiti. What's even in here? Oh boy. This is another camping room. Just feel like checking. This is what I say when I'm like telling you how I'm like the luckiest explorer in the world. That there's just never any homeless people or crazy people at the places that I go to, because I stumble upon stuff like this all the time, yet no one's ever actually there. What a major massive jinx this is going to be if someone's here in the very last room I haven't checked yet. But nope, we're still good. Just more little kiddie tables. Oh, this one's been on fire. Someone just lit a fire of books right here. Oh yeah, remember in that last Jackson School video I did several weeks back when I said a lot of these like southern style schools had separated little classroom buildings out back? This one had those too. If we want, I could go run over and check on one of those, just see what's in there. I can't imagine it'd be too much, but I have covered all this place now. I've seen everything. Looks like there's 4 of them. Oh, they stored a lot of stuff in here though. Wow. Wonder if this was storage after it closed or just during it, like they needed extra space. But the boards still have writing on them, which would imply that they did use the classroom, so I don't know. Is that the only open one? These 2 look locked up, but I can get into this one too. Let's see what this could have been. There's a music stand and a piano. Check that out. This must have been music class. It's music books. See? They didn't even get open. It says making music, share the music. Alright, well, with this being a nice little conclusion, last room to see of this school, I say we get back out there. I might just go back to the hotel and warm myself up. My feet are wet and it's making me even colder. It's always really hard to say when you're in the midst of a trip like this exactly how much longer it's going to go on for, because you never know if you'll keep succeeding or if you'll just suddenly have a bunch of duds and it turns out it's almost over. But I would say this Jackson trip is kind of nearing its downward end, so probably several more to go, but still I hope you enjoy these, and I'm gonna try to keep them coming so long as I'm here. And now I can finally show how nice the front of it looks. Sick of it, dude, sick of it. What you gotta remember is that abandoned buildings don't have any sort of power most of the time, or working heat or anything, so even though inside seems like it'd be better than outside, it really isn't, so I am freezing and my feet are wet, so this is the price I pay for keeping a consistent weekly upload schedule. If you have to take an Explore trip in January, I guess you have to take an Explore trip in January, but that does it for another abandoned place here in Jackson on the Jackson trip. That's, I think, the third school I've done, and I've kind of enjoyed each and every one of those, so that's nice. Even though we're probably in the second half of it by now, there's still more coming, definitely, and I hope you're there for those too. See you next time.